The NBA playoffs are officially underway, and the first round is already going crazy, with many series not starting off like many thought that they would. Key among these are performances from various players that have elevated their team to victory in more ways than one. But while it's true that the playoffs are what people are focusing on, it is also true that the MVP race still isn't sealed.
I have seen stalks of corn with better physiques.
And despite all that has happened in the NBA season, there is still a debate going on with certain members of the community. So allow us to answer Steph Curry versus LeBron James. Who's the MVP? Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 3, the case for LeBron James. So let's start off with the king and the current reigning NBA champion, LeBron James. In many ways, LeBron James is a force of nature, because not only is he dominant on the court, he's pushing his body beyond what many would expect for a man who is 36 years old and is now playing in his 18th NBA season. This is not an easy sport, and the legends will be more than happy to tell you that. It does take a toll on your body. But for LeBron James, he honestly doesn't care about that, as he goes to extreme lengths to go and get his body ready for just about anything, including doing advanced legal medical treatments to let his body heal faster so that it can take the abuse of the next game. As for why many still consider him the MVP, it's because when he was on the court this pre-playoff, he was dominant. Super dominant, in fact. His Lakers were near the top of the league stats in terms of wins and losses for a long time, because he just couldn't be stopped. But that is honestly the case for where LeBron James ends, because sadly, not unlike his first year in LA, he got injured, and it took him out for a lot of weeks. Weeks that led to the Lakers going from the 2 or 3 seed in the NBA to being the 7th seed, after having to play the Golden State Warriors and only winning by 3. As such, while LeBron was MVP on the court when he played, if you can't play a whole season or close to it, you can't be the MVP. Number 2, the case for Stephen Curry. In regards to Steph Curry, his NBA season was more complete, and if you have been paying attention to how the Warriors played in April and May, you know that Steph went on a tear that was freaking legendary. So much so that he was being compared to certain streaks done by Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain in terms of the stats that he was putting up every single night. For a stretch of April, Curry was averaging 40 points a game plus, and that is not supposed to happen in the NBA today, but yet Curry did it. But here's the thing, while that run was legendary, and it did help his Warriors get into the play-in tournament that they lost, it was a focused sample. From December to March, the Warriors were treading water at best. Steph was trying to do his best to elevate his team with Klay Thompson, still gone due to injury, but it wasn't enough. And as noted, though they got the 8th seed initially, they lost 2 straight games, even with Curry putting up mad numbers, showing that a team is not one man. He was definitely the MVP for 2 months of this season, but a whole season? Well, that's debatable. Number 1, the case for others. So who does that leave us with? Well, the simple answer is many other candidates. There were others who were putting up some really good numbers during the season, but were overshadowed due to various things. At one point, James Harden seemed to be the MVP due to what he was doing for the Brooklyn Nets. But then he too got injured and lost a lot of playing time. Now it seems like the true MVP is that of Nikola Jokic, who has once again elevated the Denver Nuggets into the playoffs and has been dominant the whole time. We'll just have to wait and see, though, in regards to how it all plays out. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the cases for LeBron James and Stephen Curry in regards to which of them should be the MVP? Do you think that some of what we said would sway you into thinking that one of these two is the MVP? Or do you think that it's someone else based on the fact that their greatness this season was limited to certain spots? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, and we will see you next time on the channel.